I think the one that raised a lot of more controversy is the Copyright Amendment Bill. But if you look at the Performance Protection Amendment Bill, it tries to incorporate provisions of the Beijing Treaty that was mentioned, to try to actually have them incorporated. There are certain nuanced, considerations that I'll give you an example of when you may be aware of the needed time rights regime, because it was very much in the news, and the needed time rights legislation that came up. It was hailed as this regime, this legislation that is going to change the landscape in the music industry, result in performers, getting what is due to them. But you know that it actually took almost 10 years before that legislation could actually be implemented. And when that happened, it wasn't because the legislation itself was seen as being, as being good, but because the industry itself decided to resolve issues amongst themselves and say, let's move ahead. And the courts pronounced themselves on that legislation. So what I'm trying to say is, it's one thing to have legislation, but it's another to have a legislation that is going to raise so many interpretational issues before the courts that it cannot even be implemented. That you have a situation where, whilst there are good things in a bill that can be enforced, there are other provisions in that same legislation that would actually, make it to be very much ripe for ongoing litigation. So if we were to ask the question whether if these bills were passed tomorrow, and let me talk about the Performance Protection Amendment Bill, that if that would solve the problems of the industry, I think I would have to be fair to tell you that it wouldn't solve the problems of the industry because of the issues that I'm mentioning. For example, one thing, I think that the issue that Sis Vatusa has raised are very important, because this really boils down to contractual issues and contractual relations and dynamics within the industry. Unless you have dealt with those issues, the bill in itself would not be able to resolve the issues that we have. But where I'm coming from, I'm saying, why don't we fix the issue around the contractual landscape and get things right? Because the Constitution, in fact, permits a situation where you would have the provisions of a contract. Remember, all along, the principle that had always applied in South African contract law is a principle of what is called the sanctity of contracts, which means that once you sign a contract, you are bound by that contract because you consented to it. But the constitutional regime comes in and says we must actually come to the aid of those who have been disadvantaged for one reason or another, and actually help to ensure that the terms of contracts are fair, to all parties. There was a case that came before the Constitutional Court. If you have the appetite for looking it up, you can Google it. It's called Barkhuizen versus Napier. And that case was resolved by the Constitutional Court not so long ago. And they made it very clear that in spite of the doctrine of sanctity of contract, where the terms of a contract are not fair, especially where there is a situation of unequal bargaining between parties. So you have the stronger party and the party that is that does not have a lot of bargaining power. The courts can actually intervene and say the terms have to be fair for everyone. And I think that's what I'm saying. That is a fundamental issue. That is an issue that needs to be addressed by the industry. And some of the suggestions that have come up to say, the industry needs to come together. And the problem I'm having with the bill, it says that the minimum terms of the contracts have to be determined by the minister. But the minister would not know what the issues are. And that is why it's important for the industry itself to actually agree and come together with a framework. If the provision said that the minister must consider submissions that come from the industry, that would be a different regime. And that is something similar to what they have in the US, where the system is unionized. Coming back to the issue of the union, I'm saying why shouldn't entertainers and actors actually be brought within the fold of labor legislation? Because you have a fixed term contract, which is provided for under the Labour Relations Act. I'll just read to you what it says. A fixed term contract means a contract of employment which terminates on the occurrence of a specific event. And then it goes on, the completion of a specified task or project, or on a fixed date other than an employee or so in that regard, what I'm saying is there is room for actually bringing entertainers and actors within the fold of labor legislation, just based on that, if specific submissions would be made to have that sectorial inclusion of the entertainment industry.
We can definitely extend the scope of labor law, but to assume that we could possibly fall into the scope of a fixed term employment contract is deeply misleading. And you will speak to any actor here and they will tell you, has anybody here recorded a 30-second radio commercial?
Yes.
Yeah. Can you be employed by the producer?
No.
Would you like to go and claim leave from them? You're going into studio for, how long did it take you, says Nambita, to record a 30-second radio ad?
30 minutes approval.
Right, 30 minutes with client's approval. So in those 30 minutes that you were working, there was an agreement that you'll be paid a certain amount to deliver the work, right?
Right.
Alright, so in that 30 minutes, is it conceivable that you can now claim maternity leave? That's the point. That's why, let us not confuse employment contracts, fixed term employment contracts. We do agree that labor law can be extended in order to take into account our unique working circumstances. That is agreed.
Okay. Jack, just okay. I think just the